List of injuries that I'm seeing here at Manchester United. Amad Diallo, Jadon Sancho, who's not, by the way, injured, but the manager just refused to bring the players back. Casemiro, who's coming back from injury. Luke Shaw, Taron Malacia, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Lisandro Martinez. So it's Casemiro, Lisandro Martinez. Only Lisandro Martinez and Casemiro are the only players here if I look at this list. And Luke Shaw, yeah, the three of them and Luke Shaw are the ones who could start if they are fit for Manchester United. So to be saying that United have so many lists of injuries that they cannot make an impact, that is very wrong. By the way, people, hello guys, welcome back to the Football Connect. I'm your host Sam, and we are back again with another one. We are looking at how Manchester City United will line up against Newcastle in a game that is starting maybe in the next 2 hours my time where I am. Yeah, it's not looking good, because the one thing that is very certain, Manchester United has to put a strong team for this game. They have to put a strong team that is going to perform, that will bring something that maybe a lot of people would be proud of, because at this moment the pressure is so much on Eric Tenhag. But anyway, they're playing in Newcastle that also has so many injuries, so you might want to hear what happens there, what we'll see. But most of the players like Diallo, Sancho has not been playing either, but is not there. Taron Malacia, of course, is out, but he doesn't play every time. Wan-Bissaka, you may disagree or agree between Dalot and Wan-Bissaka who starts. There's always a confusion between those, but the question is this: who will win? Who will win in this game? Of course, a lot of eyes are on Eric ten Hag. We need him to perform. We want to see him do something. So there is a lot of people who are going to be asking questions. We want to see how the game will be played on. Is it going to be challenging? There are so many questions that are being asked over this game. But one thing I know for sure, it's going to be exciting. But let me hear what these guys are saying. Exactly what are they expecting? Marcus Rashford, of course, he has to be rested, but you need to win something. You need to find confidence in some places. So players like Marcus Rashford has to come back. Bruno Fernandes, so many people have been questioning if he's even capable of being a captain of Manchester United. These are the games that maybe he'll find himself and maybe prove something to the world that he deserves the position he's holding as the captain of Manchester United. So many questions that are being asked here. So many players who so many people don't believe that they deserve to even have a chance over this game. So it's going to be exciting to see. But I'm looking at the players who are totally unavailable, and I can only mention 3 out of the list that has been provided of players who will not feature in the Manchester United game. So let me hear what they're going to say as we continue with the video. So many people might not want to talk about this, but there are a lot of things that has happened when we look at how Manchester United were before the derby and how now we look at them after the derby. We need to talk about some few things that we saw from that game, and also talk about the things that we saw going out after the game and what the manager says. Of course, Manchester United, it looks like the people that are expected to be the superstars are disappointing. Marcus Rashford, I have no idea where the form is. Bruno Fernandes, the captain, the guy who's supposed to be the leader of the club, is just doing some things that you would not even expect from even any reasonable captain. And you wonder that Harry Maguire, of course, there was some bad performance, but he was never the player that you would see him throwing the hands up in the air, while some people are looking at you for leadership, throwing your hands in the air, or refusing to move out of the ball, trying to eat some time. Like, you are supposed to be the captain of the team. Everyone who are watching the game, everyone who is in that game is there hoping that you're gonna lead this team to get something. So of course there are these little things, this little nudge that Eric ten Hag gets to get out of this Manchester United squad if he's to hope to get something out of the game, if he's to hope to get something out of this team, because at the moment with what we're seeing, it seems like it's failing. His job right now to do to actually show that style of leadership, for him just to be a leader into the squad. It looks like Eric ten Hag is failing, and so many questions are asked. Exactly where is he going with the squad? And now he makes it worse. Now that's when I tell you that I don't think there are even any leadership characteristics in this manager, Eric ten Hag. You cannot come out after losing a derby and tell the world that you will never play, the reason why the club hired you, the type of football, the football that you're playing, the exciting football that they show you playing at Ajax. You cannot come out on live television on a reporter and you tell them that you'll never play because you are coming out to the world and saying that you don't trust your players, because he said we don't have the players. In other words, you are saying that the people who are supposed to get into the ground to fight for you, you are saying to the world, you do not trust them. And now the question comes, where do you see him going next? What do you expect to see from him? Because any person with a brain will never come and attack his own team. Any person with a brain. Of course, the fans will do it, but we don't have a camera in our faces where we are talking about how much we don't believe in our squad. And if we don't believe in our squad, the one person you would expect to believe in his squad is the manager. 90% of the players who were in that squad, he bought them. 11 players is brought into the Manchester United squad. And in a City game, he played an entire second half without either of the players he has bought, meaning that he's not trusting them. Tell me how that helps a team to build their confidence. Tell me how that helps anybody to have confidence, knowing that the person who's putting you into this war zone believe in you. How does that help you to come and fight for the badge, to come and fight for his name? So people tell me, I don't think that these guys will ever throw their manager under the bus. They believe they'll fight for him. But he's coming out on live television and he is making it possible for the dressing room to turn against him. He first went and after Jadon Sancho. He was one player with so many people forgive him for that. Now he's coming after the whole dressing room. He does not trust the players, the people you bought, the people you spent so many millions of pounds. It's crazy. It's really crazy. So there are so many things that Erik Ten Hag is saying, so many things that you see that that's a dummy move for a person to make, that this guy is making on a daily basis now. As things seems, it looks like he's just digging his grave and keeps digging his grave and keep digging his grave. It's just a matter of time before, the sacked word is actually being done, because so many fans are already calling for his head. Where is he going next? Here where we are, this is exactly where we are now, talking about the Erik Ten Hag being sacked. Whoever expected that to be said about a Manchester United who came out with a chest, telling the whole world that so many managers who were in the Premier League, their eras were coming to an end. I remember that video, like it still rings in my head. This guy looked like he had it all. So many people were excited over what he was offering. Now we are all here asking ourselves questions. Where is this Manchester United squad really going? Because the question is this: if a manager is coming up and now starting to doubt the team that he brought himself, and he punishes a normal squad player for his little things, and he allows the players with the skills, the ones he respects, to get away with so much, it's just crazy. At this moment, he has to get the job done. It's really funny how his team has just gone so low. Nobody expected Manchester United to be here. I don't think anyone beginning of the season had thought Manchester United would be this position. But here we are talking about them, wondering if the manager will still be the manager come end of the season. Not even come end of the season, come middle of the season, because every single time whenever a manager goes after the players or goes after the squad, like what Jose Mourinho did, he was sacked mid-season. Every manager we have seen, they get sacked whenever they start going after the players. But this is where the problem is. He went after one player. We thought this was Jadon Sancho. So many people were so adamant and they were fighting to make it Jadon Sancho's fault, why things were happening. But he has been quiet, he has been focused, and he has been doing everything. And we still hear some rumors that are coming out that this guy is still following the player who's changing in his car. Who's changing in his car because he cannot go change in his own closet. So many bad apples. And now the players, if they want to speak about this, to try to say something to the manager, they are afraid that they'll join Jadon Sancho, a player who stood up for himself. Now we are here wondering exactly where is he going, because Cristiano Ronaldo talked about this. Sancho even though he did not say so much, but he gave us a hint about this. Now we are seeing it, that this guy, there's so much favoritism, and this guy has signed so many players, he's not even proving it in the game, that is it. And he has come out live on television telling the players that he does not believe in them. He does not trust in them. I'm not twisting these words. Whenever a manager is telling you that he will never play the football that made him successful in another club because he doesn't have the players in the club that is he in, he's literally telling the players that I have all of you lot, but I don't believe in you. So there is just so much that is happening in the squad. There's just so much happening under this manager that we no longer know where to look forward to now. And it's just a matter of time before he gets booted out. I know Tenhag will be sacked this season because everything that he's doing, it's all building up and leading up to there. Him being sacked. It's just a matter of time, to be honest. We are just counting our minutes now. As the rival fans, we always do that. But he's getting sacked. That's for sure, I'm telling you. Anyway, let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. I want to hear this guy's prediction over the game. The most important thing that has been mentioned here, that it has now come to a point where Manchester United are just so desperate for this to work that they're not even looking at how terrible they are now as a team, because they haven't done anything. You know, the question that is being asked is this. Of course, Erik ten Hag was brought to Manchester United because of what he had done to Ajax and what he had done this Eredivisie gay team that everyone loves, and we talked about it. But now Craig, I think, is coming up with something that is really interesting when you look at it from somebody's eyes. The Dutch league is weak. Any team in the Premier League, Spurs did it, Liverpool did it. Any team that is just in the top 4 of the Premier League can go beat Ajax. Even some have beaten them under Erik ten Hag. But there was something about his ball, the way he played, which made him so exciting. And he came last season. Of course, we can talk about this. Last season, Manchester United didn't really play football. They were not really playing exciting football, but they were winning the games. But now in this season, now the worst thing that they're doing now is that they're not winning the games. And they're also not playing good football. So there's so much that a lot of people can call out to. And this guy keeps coming out and said that he's improving, keeps getting the keepers that he wants, through throwing players like David De Gea out on the bus, saying that they're not giving him what he wants. He is doing everything that you'd expect a manager who's going to give you something to smile about do, is doing it, but he's producing nothing. And because it's producing nothing, it's coming back to this stand now. The whole world is talking about it. When would he be fired? Because it's giving Manchester United nothing. Even the guys who believed in him right now, the United fans, I believe now they've turned against him because he's not giving them what they're looking for. You'd expect him to change that. You'd expect him to show that there's leadership. Rather than to focus on his job to try to make the team play better, what is he doing? He's coming after the players. If he's not coming after an individual player, he's calling them the whole dressing room that he doesn't trust them. How does that help any team to build anything that is meaningful? How does that help a manager to build something that can move on to something? It's just terrible. And we are at a point where Manchester United as a club are so keen on this Ten Hag thing to work that they don't even know where else to look forward for another manager. They don't even know who else to call out. They don't know who else to do, what else to do. They don't know. That's where the problem is. We talk about Tenhag'S, man. We talk about this. I have an idea. Why can't you just do like what Tottenham Hotspur did? Stop with the big name managers. Stop calling the contest. Stop looking for these managers who have done it before. Can you go look for a manager like Postecoglou? I have an idea. Go get the Wolves manager. Because it seems like he knows how to get his team working. Because Manchester United needs workers, needs people who are going to fight for the badge. Because at this moment, they're not there. And one thing that Craig was talking, which I think is really important that so many people are not looking at, he was talking about the importance of having players who are going to fight for the badge and still not give them the skill that they need, but still fighting, moving left and right, trying to help out for the team. Rooney used to do it. Rooney would actually sacrifice himself in a match every single time for Manchester United for the badge. All the players we talk about of Manchester United who are known for doing good. All the players we talk about, the Roy Keane, who would fight in the ground for this club. We don't have that. We have this touch me not players. And the problem, and Craig has mentioned it, is this. Whenever the ball is on another territory, if you're forward and you see the ball in the midfield, no forward is going to think, let me go try and help my team so that we attack. They're all looking at, no, Rashford has to do it. And Rashford is saying, no, Anthony has to do it. And Anthony is saying, no, Højlund has to do it. It's all about the blame game, and we are seeing it in the pitch. And that is all because of the coaching. What is the manager saying? You know, it's funny that Liverpool, Mo Salah has done so much in the world of football, but you still see him coming back to try and help out with what likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold. You can see Dominic Soboslai, of course, he's still new, but he's been pressed all over with what he's doing. But you see Klopp shouting at him to come and help at the back, and he's doing it. Why can't he do it? Cody Gakpo, even Nunes, the one that everyone comes after, he comes back in the midfield to win the balls. Why is that not happening in Manchester United? You'd expect a 30-year-old or 30-something years Casemiro to become the man who fights for this team. How does that even help the squad? How does that even help Manchester United to go forward? So many questions that are being raised here, and so we still don't have actually the right answers to be asking, or the right answers to actually help this. So this is why Manchester United are not going to look like they'll build anything under Erik Ten Hag. And this is why they'll keep going down, because the Glazers are not going to sack him because they don't know who else to call. But I'm coming up with an idea. Go get somebody like a Postecoglou. Somebody nobody has eyes on, somebody who can come and try to make the team become a team again. Start working together. Start to build something meaningful so that they can get something. Because if that doesn't happen, we will still be here talking about where exactly is Manchester United going. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I hope a lot of people have learned something or heard something from what I'm saying, because this cannot continue. This is a big club that is dying each and every day. And everyone now, they have lost it. They're all focused on the Glazer, but not only asking the manager what he's supposed to do, the questions. They're letting Erik Ten Hag getting away with the matter. How can he tell us that he doesn't trust a team that he has now spent almost 18 months building? It's crazy. Click the like button, subscribe to Connect. I'm out. I can't wait to hear the comment sections and what you guys will be saying there.